Welcome back, everyone. And I do mean everyone. It's Forgotten Circus. So, uh, just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it gets worse. There's a lot of good parts in it, but obviously by the thumbnail and everything, yeah, this is going to be my Rings of Power episode 4 spoiler review. Okay. I'm doing this for y'all, by the way. I'm doing this for y'all, for all the subscribers. I'm fighting through it. I promise y'all I'm going to watch the show. I'll watch the show. So, this is one of those shows where I think we can all agree it should be 30 minutes. It should be 30 minutes on the show. Definitely. It's one of those that we're like, oh, yeah, you can do it in 30 minutes. Just crash it all in because it can't get any worse. So that would actually ease it so you don't have to sit. There were a couple times I had to pause it and get up and like walk away for a little bit. But there are a lot of things in the show that I do like. Like the special effects are pretty good, except one part, but I'll get into that one. So, yeah, here we go. Rings of Power, episode 4, season 2. Okay, so apparently Sauron's been everywhere. So Sauron's just been all over the place. It's almost like Where's Waldo? So they're just he's been everywhere. So if he's everywhere, I'm one of those like if he's everywhere, just don't move. Everybody go back to Khazad-dûm, all those places, and just do like security checks, simple stuff. Yeah, just don't move because apparently he's been everywhere. So wherever you go, he's there. It's one of those things. Wherever you go, there you are, I guess. So everything's tainted with him, And I'm going off of notes. I had to write notes, and this one is actually a long one. I'm going to speed through it though, but yeah, just stay by all the forges. Obviously, these rings came from somewhere. Obviously, Sauron was around the rings, so you might want to protect some of the forges just in case there's somebody there like Anatar. I don't know. It's weird. But we get this whole thing with he said, she said, I'm in charge, you're in charge with Elrond and Galadriel. So this whole thing is unnecessary. Elrond's in charge. You're trying to make your way back. It's this whole weird brother-sister vibe. Like, I know I messed up, but I can come back from this. And Elrond's like, dog. But we'll get into Elrond. And Elrond's really growing on me, though. So, and we got to, let's be honest. Let's be realist in this. The whole thing happened because of Galadriel. You think that Elrond's just going to be like, welcome you with open arms? Probably not. Bad writing. And then we go through that whole spill with the two brothers, sisters, spat, whatever you want to call it. Then we go back to the old adventures of Gandalf and the Harfoots. And I don't understand why they can't say this guy's name. Just say it. We all know it. Just say it. But yeah, we go on this little adventure. It's like two different shows going on in a show. Has anybody really like realized that? Like it seems to me it's so distant, the Harfoots and Gandalf, from the story that they're trying to create. It's a little, it just doesn't connect. Maybe it's me. It just doesn't connect. So I'm watching two shows at once. If it's an hour, so I watch a half an hour of the actual show Rings of Power, and then I watch the other half an hour of Gandalf and the Harfoots. So, yeah. So we got their little adventures, and they keep saying, the stranger. Just say his name. So annoying. Whatever. So, yeah. And then we get this random dude, which are... I'm going to get into that, but we get this random dude that's basically... Milli Vanilli mixed with a Klingon, and it feels like something out of Star Trek. That scene right there felt something out of TV show Star Trek, not movie Star Trek, TV show Star Trek. No, I'm not disrespecting the Star Trek fans. I love it because it knows what it is. It has its identity, but it seems like this show is pulling from y'all too. Wow. My, how the mighty have fallen. And then, it just looks like he's an anorexic Super Saiyan. It was something with the hair and the whole persona and him dealing with the Hardfoots and Where's your friend that's gotten trapped in a tree trying to find his staff? It's a whole nother show within a show. So, and then we get to go meet the goon. But do we really meet the goon? Because who's the goon? Because these guys are, what are they, stewards or whatever? And there was one part in this, I don't know if anybody realized, go back when Super Saiyan Klingon with the Harfoots goes, there's a part where this guy's coming through with a wheelbarrow, terrible CGI. And it's a wheelbarrow. So it seems like you're just spending the extra money on stuff to suffice the budget. I don't know. But yeah, it didn't work for me. And the stewards, or whatever, are not Harfoots, they're stewards. So they're like Harfoots, but not Harfoots. But seen Harfoots and no Harfoots. How come? I don't know. And then they say it again. She's what is her name? The other Harfoot, the main one. She says that we're trying to protect someone, and he's very important. She gives this whole speech, and he's a wizard. Can we find a way to just say his name is Gandalf? Whatever. And then we pan to Scorpion King Saruman, which is like, whatever, dude. Like, this obviously probably going to be Saruman. I don't know. In the little dune village he's got going on, and there's just a lot of weird parts with this and trees. And I'll get into the trees, but it's a lot of, I've noticed that there's a lot of sexual innuendos. Maybe I'm jumping forward a little bit too much and I'm maybe overreacting about it, but really watch it. Actually turn the sound off. Turn the sound off and watch certain scenes with trees, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. But yeah. And then we got like Bombadil, I guess, comes through, and Buddy Christ Gandalf is he has an awakening. He's coming out of the tree. He was trying to get the staff. This is how I'm pitching this to you. This is the show. So when you watch it, maybe I'm not translating it as best as I can to you, but this is what I got out of it. So Bombadil, we got Gandalf meeting. It's super awkward. He's in the bath. Another dude's in there. I don't know. Another weird stuff. And he's obviously the beard gardener. Very nice beard. I don't know why any of this. I understand if it was a whole nother show, but if you're trying to put this part to connect to the other part of the story, it's not working for me. And yeah. And why can't anybody tell Gandalf, like, there's a part when he says, you're this, you're that, and I know who you are, but I can't tell you who you are. Just say, Gandalf. 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 Like, give him, so weird. And then all of his teaching, so he asks Gandalf, or not Gandalf, the stranger Gandalf, asks Bombadil to tell him, like, tell me something. Give me throw me a bone here. And he just continues to speak in riddles. Riddles that don't make any sense, doesn't add to the story, it does nothing. We already know. You gotta do this as we already know, because we already know. We already know how it ends. So you're trying to bring all this new stuff in there that's just, it's not being cohesive with the story itself. Okay. And then we get the whole thing, the Dark Wizard. Oh, Saruman and freaking Dune over there, sitting there with the Scorpion King? Yeah. Oxanamun? Imhotep? I don't know what's going on over there. But why is everything so vague with some of these characters when they're saying stuff? It's so vague and it doesn't have to be vague. Just come out. We all know the characters and stuff that you're trying to build. It's like you have this secret that's going a little too long. It's almost like when Santa Claus doesn't. I shouldn't say this. There's kids on there. But if Santa Claus doesn't exist, he doesn't exist. We know that. But you keep trying to be like, hey, this is from Santa. And we're like 21 years old and, your parents are still doing the Santa thing. These are from Santa. And we're like, hey, yeah, okay. Yeah. And then we get back to the elves, the dumb elves in the forest, the haunted forest. Because they're going on this thing and they're going to find where Sauron's at. Why are we going out there when obviously Sauron is infiltrated? Maybe you should stay at Homestead and figure that out. But that's cool. But in the forest, let me guess, it's probably Sauron. This dude is like Carmen San Diego, man. You never know where he's at. He just pops up everywhere with not even being there. That's a problem, right? Maybe we should chill back a little. I think he's got that area covered. So yeah, and then there's a scene there where it's haunted. Galadriel's like, "We got to go to Elrond." And Elrond's like, "Dude, we can handle this, but we got to go." And why is it always the farthest elf? This was the part that had me cracking up because I don't take this the wrong way, but this had me cracking up. It had the cliche vibe of the black person or black guy or black whatever always dies first in the horror movie because he was the furthest person from the rest of the elves, but this chain light thing that pulled him into the tree freaking just went him. Like Galadriel was way in front, Elrond was like mid there. There was all these other elves you could have got, but you went for the furthest one. And it was the black dude. I don't take it the wrong way. It was just so funny because it's like, yes, cliche is back. That is dope. It's funny. See, stuff like that's funny. Like, because I expected that to happen. Like, oh, it's one of those. Oh, you about to get the black guy, ain't you? And then they got him. It's just a funny thing, man. It's all good, man. It's not about a race thing or anything like that. It's funny. We accept it. I'm black. You know what I mean? We accept it. We find it funny now too, because like we be placing bets. Like, yo, is he going first? But I don't know. Y'all been changing the game up with the woke culture, so it seems like we can't even have that fun anymore with that. But yeah, so they get him right, and I was like, I knew it. I was sitting there like I knew it. And then so we have like the Nightmare on Elm Street vibe going on with the extra mist, with the like a fog machine going. So no, they're battling, pulling out swords and everything for no reason. And then it feels like that power of one, power of two, power of many vibe going on there, but it's all right. And then Elrond yet again is the only one who uses his brain. He's like, hold on, something's going on here. Let me figure this out. And then Galadriel comes through like, we need to dude, you are such a liability. It's ridiculous. Can we please remove her from the equation? Elrond is the only dude that realizes, like, dude, this girl has to go. But he's like, I gotta follow orders. You know what I mean? Elrond's one of those people. He is definitely the content of his character is amazing in the show. I didn't like him in the first season, but dude, he's the only one between Sauron that makes sense. Yeah. And then we get the Sauron name drops slowly without saying Sauron. Yeah, so I don't know. And then we got old Arondir. They're going to find Theo with Estrid and Isildur, which is absolutely useless. And why are we going after Theo? Theo chose his path, right? But he does it again in this episode. I'm like, Arendelle, can we just acknowledge the fact that Arendelle is his father? Please. It's like they're being so vague when you know. It's like, do you know? Do you really know? But like, yeah, actually, we do, because it's how you wrote it. And it's, I mean, if you go somewhere else, we'd be like, what? We're accepting the fact that you wrote it that way. Just say names. They're so hard at saying names in this. I've never wanted names so much. And then we got to realize, like, they're going for Theo, and then Isildur is sitting there like, oh, we got to find Theo. Weren't you the one to dip on this dude? Has anybody realized that this guy was like a deadbeat friend? Or, like, Theo went up there to distract them so you get a horse, and you haven't done anything yet, but except for, tuck your tail and run after old Estrid over there, which is playing everybody. So, yeah. And with Arendelle, he's on Estrid. He's on to it. Y'all, I like him too. Join Team Sauron. let's give him over there too. So we got what? Um, Doran over there, Team Sauron. Now we have actually indoctrinated and recruited Arendelle. Elrond's probably should be over there pretty soon. If there's some I'm missing, let me know. But there's a lot of people that should. I mean, obviously, Celebrimbor is all up in there, but Jesus Christ. And then, why is it when we're hunting for stuff? I don't know if you know anything about hunting. If there's like a solid path going through when we're trying to investigate and hunt, don't walk on the path. Walk by the path, around the path, spread out. I mean, that's just normal tactics, right? I was never in the military. It's just like you got all these mythical beings and these sacred, you know, sacred lore of actually the universe. You think they would be a lot smarter, especially elves, Numenorians that are supposed to be top of the food chain. You think that would be 101. Don't walk directly on the path. Walk around the path. But I don't know. But of course, guess what? You walk on the path, you hit quicksand. But it's not quicksand. There's actually a creature in there, like snake creature or whatever. So they fall in, and for some odd reason, are the Numenorians heavier because aren't the elves like strong too? Don't they have like superhuman strength? But he can't pull him out, and then Estrid is over there just doing her thing, you know what I mean? And it had that weird like Ygritte. They kind of stole that from the Ygritte and Jon Snow thing. Why does he like resemble like a Polynesian Jon Snow, even though he's not Polynesian with Estridge? I don't understand why Arendelle couldn't pull out, but that's for the plot to make it suspenseful that he couldn't pull him out. So they both get pulled in. There's sea like creature, and then you know you think she's leaving. It's because she's sitting there all worried. Astrid's like, oh, they've been sucked in by the quicksand / sea snake mud swamp creature. I'm just going to run away. And then she comes back with a branch, which actually technically wasn't long enough if you put it in for anybody to reach to. I don't know how they found that, but she pulls him out. So then she gets some brownie points, which is cool. Yeah, I'm not interested. And then, I don't know. The monster comes up, and then just like that, Arendelle pieces out. Like, wasn't even a problem. So I don't know why we didn't do that before. But yeah. And then back to the Harfoots. The Harfoots are showing that yeah, we're not they're with the stewards because the stewards are not Harfoots because Harfoots are not stewards. So we have that medium. So we're having that whole thing, and then they talk about the prophecy. That's the prophecy, and I felt like it was actually a scene from Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome with the wildling kids that were feral. And the prophecy, that's the prophecy was unveiled, but it's a prophecy for another prophecy, not involved with this prophecy because there's a lot of prophecies. So, yeah, we have to find Mad Max and get him out of there, I guess. And then we have the big folk come through, and guess who it is? The Tusken Raiders. And he hits him with the line. Nobody cared who I was till I put on the mask. I didn't see the light till I was a man. And even to me, then it was blinding. So we had our Dark Knight going on there with the Tusken Raiders / Bane acolytes. Have no what they roll with Desert Sauron. So yeah, and nobody really cares about them. But Galadriel's trying to plead her case to Elrond. Elrond ain't having it. He's like, dog, you fake as shit, homie. You fake as hell. I like that with Elrond. Dude, can we get the Elrond and Sauron show? If they could just, one of those shows where they just sit down like a podcast. Can we get a podcast between these two? Because they're the only ones that make sense. But, yeah. And even Elrond is telling her, like, dude, you can say all this. I don't care about your feelings, Galadriel. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. And I'm not going to forgive you for that. And he's like, I'm putting this mission even over you. You're just here. You got appointed here. I could have not used you. But, King Giga Chad over there just wanted you to be part of this for no odd reason. I bet you I could fix this. But, yeah. So, Estrid's about to get killed by the trees, And then Arendelle just like he did, killed him. So there's just this weird part when the trees come up, like, and I know they have a name, but I'm talking about the show because I don't want to create it with the actual. I don't want to mix and match it with the actual correct book lore. So the trees, and we had this whole, and this was amazing. Special effects were good. This is where the money went with the two trees, and Arendir is sitting there talking to the trees, and it was a very good moment. It was beautiful. The cherry blossom tree was the female. The male tree was kind of off, probably like oak or sequoia. I don't even know, but it was nice. It was actually one of those moments. But yep, they learned how to mess that up too. So then it became sexual. He's moving through the cherry blossoms. He's touching the tree, and the tree's a female, and it's Arendelle, and he's kind of like soothing his hands across it. Pretty weird. And then she's like all accepting, I'm like, oh, he flirted with me. So he flirted with the tree. And then, yeah, we had that. So then all the people that were trapped in the trees, like Theo and the other people that are supposed to be servants of Andar, right? But now I guess they've changed their ways because they've been through some shit together. So, yeah, one dude runs over and then, we get the love triangle spin with Isildur, Estrid, and one of the Walter Frey, one of the phrase. One of the phrase comes up because it's a little thing if you don't know what I'm talking. One of the phrase comes up and is like, "Oh yeah, that's my boo." It's like, "Oh, who's this your friend? Is this your friend cliche? We're gonna get the whole love triangle, you know it. So this your friend? So how long have you guys been together?" It's gonna be The Bachelor all over again or Love Island. Jesus. But yeah, we finally get orcs being orcs. Is orcs being dumb, but yet smartly dumb, and they take that away. So, yeah, I mean, we get the old scene when the orcs are trying to find the elves. They smell the elves, and then we get the old epic scene like she's doing a sacrifice. She goes, "I'll hold them off. Girl boss time, baby. Girl boss time with Galadriel." And Elrond's sitting there like, why was I born in this era? What? Everybody, all the elves are stupid. Where's Sauron? Everybody see Sauron? Has he like texted me back or has he answered to my emails? No. Okay. Yeah, so we have that, and then she gives him the ring. I'm giving you the ring. I'm going to sacrifice myself, basically. So you think. So she's doing all that, and Elrond's just looking at her like, all right, dog. But yeah, so Galadriel, girl boss moment, and then we had the one elf that she cured that got hit by with the random arrow with the ring. Obviously, she had the ring on. Elrond's looking at that. See, I told you. See, this is how this shit works. And then she gives him the ring, and then he's all like, she sacrificed herself for us. And Elrond's like, bullshit, dude. All right. The only reason why is everybody stupid here. Cannot anybody address the elephant in the room? The only reason why she did that is because she wanted to protect the ring. Let's go. You guys are all idiots. I don't even know why I'm here. That's how I feel like Elrond is. He's probably like, yo, I'm taking this ring all the way back. Just go left instead of right. When they go right, be like, you're just going to do a scouting mission and go all the way to Mordor. You could probably preserve a lot of it because now it's a ski resort. You could probably, do ski resort in the wintertime, probably like a tropical oasis, maybe get a little spring in there. You could just got to heat up the volcano a little bit and just get rid of everybody else because they all suck. And then, yeah. And then we get the whole thing, and then they obviously capture her. She had a girl boss moment, and Galadriel, such a useless character, gets caught by Andar or Antar or whatever his name is. Andar. The half orc, full orc. And then it ends. And that's all I got, man. Like, I'm fighting through this. I'll go all the way through, I promise you, with the whole thing. And sorry these videos are a little bit long, but I do appreciate it if you watch all the way through. Just watch it all the way through. And then it would have been a lot shorter if these shows were half an hour, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's all I got on it. So yeah, Yeah, this show is just it's absolutely unamazing. But I do like the Elrond thing and stuff. I just can't anymore. I'm just gonna go through and I'll just do my reviews. But anyway, tell me what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. All it takes is one little click. Just like, comment, and subscribe. And I do mean everyone.